6 years on, the conflict in Syria has displaced over 11 million people, half of its population. The refugee crisis has placed huge political, social, and economic pressures on Syria's neighbors, with the repercussions reverberating across Europe and North America, and more than 13 million people inside Syria still need humanitarian assistance. For Syrian citizens to stay and for refugees to return, stabilization and rebuilding efforts must start now, and that means bypassing the Assad regime. Here are the 3 areas inside Syria outside of government control where reconstruction can already begin. The SDF-controlled area. This area benefits from close relations between the dominant Kurdish Democratic Union Party, or PYD, and the United States, forged through the joint military effort against ISIS and the U.S. presence in that territory. PYD regime relations range from mutually tolerant to cooperative, which lessens the risk of large-scale violence, and the U.S. seems to be considering a longer-term military presence in the area, potentially deterring regime attacks.
But the U.S. is a very strong partner in the resolution for Syria and will continue to be until we know that everything's stable.
The Euphrates Shield area. This is an area where reconstruction and stabilization have already begun, thanks to pre-existing local councils that have strong relations with Turkey, which brings a measure of order and resources and again, deters regime attack. The southern area. Southern Syria benefits from proximity to Jordan, which has excellent relations with the United States. Jordan has already proven capable of creating and sustaining aid systems in southern Syria.
أولاً أن تصبح هذه المناطق الآمنة ملاذاً للاجئين الخارجين داخل سوريا، مناطق تجمعات للاجئين داخل سوريا، هذه واحدة. والنقطة الثانية أنها قد تشجع بعض اللاجئين الموجودين داخل الأردن ومعظمهم من منطقة درعا، من محافظة درعا، أن يبدأوا بالعودة إلى داخل سوريا إذا ما تم تأمين حياة مقبولة.
Additionally, Jordan and the U.S. both have strong ties to the opposition in the south, which is moderate and hostile to Islamist extremists. The social fabric in southern Syria is strong, and civil society organizations are active. So what could reconstruction look like now? Mais Belki, NGO Syria Relief and Development's Advocacy and Outreach Manager, is already engaged on the ground in Syria.
Most of our reconstruction efforts focused on maintaining and improving the health sector in northern Syria. Since 2016, we have established 3 hospitals, successfully rebuilding destroyed medical centers and providing the facilities with medical supplies and equipment in Aleppo and Idlib. We believe that all reconstruction efforts should be driven by the needs of local communities and their vision of the future of their own countries. The involvement and participation of these communities are essential for rebuilding Syria.
Working directly with Syrian communities rather than the regime would provide opportunities for employment and social services, lessening incentives to join militant groups or emigrate in order to support a livelihood. Efforts to rebuild Syria through localized revitalization projects must begin, and begin soon, in order to improve the dismal conditions millions of Syrians are still living in today and promote long-term U.S. security interests in the region.